Welcome to Eccleston Piano. This video, which is the first of a couple, considers the recording options available on the Yamaha PSR e373. These options are rather basic, to be honest, but please remember that this is a budget keyboard. It's not very expensive. And if you want recording functions which are more elaborate and sophisticated, then you will need to find a more expensive and sophisticated keyboard. But for many of you, what is provided here will be adequate and actually a lot of fun to play around with. So let's try it out. I'm going to record the melody by Schumann, and I'm going to use user 4, which is stored by default 158 in the song bank on the Yamaha keyboard. So in order to start recording, I press the R button once, and it's in record ready mode now, and you'll actually see that the L and R boxes are flashing right in the middle of the screen there. We've also got the 4 chevrons flashing, but it's still at measure 1, in other words bar 1 if you're British. So I'm going to record the right hand part to start with, and in order to do that I just start playing. And in order to stop recording, I just press the start stop button. It's writing, in other words it's saving the data, that recording. But as you can see on the screen, we now have R for write. The L has disappeared, and if I press the L part button on the keyboard, nothing happens. So I'm going to play back, and you'll hear what I've just recorded. It starts as soon as I press the start stop button. If I press the R button, it's still playing, but you can't hear it. Just to explain that a little bit more clearly, when I press the R button above the rec track 1, the R will disappear from the screen. So what is happening is I've not deleted it, I'm simply muting it, so that during playback it can't be heard. And if I press that button again, the R button, then the keyboard says, you are interested in hearing it again. And if the playback is still continuing, then you will start to hear that part at that point in the recording again. Now, I'm going to play that back again, and what I'd like to do is to pause in the middle of the playback without it going all the way back to measure 1. Don't use the start-stop button in the middle to pause it. You actually have to use the pause button to the left of it. So I'm going to press start-stop in order to replay what I've just recorded. This is in measure 2. If I press the start-stop, see it's taken it all the way back again. So I'm going to press that again. Now this time I'm going to pause by using the pause button. Now if I want to get it playing again from that point, I just press the pause button, and it has continued from that point. Another pause, and it stops at measure 5. Press the pause button again, and off it goes again. Before you start recording, you can actually get the metronome all set up, and it will click as you are recording and playing, but the metronome will not sound on the recording. When you play back, it will not be heard. Also, be very careful after you've finished recording to remember which user song that you have used for that recording, because it's very easy to write over accidentally what you've already recorded, and that's it lost. You can't get it back again, I'm afraid. Okay, so please watch out for part 2, which will come out in the next month. I hope you find this helpful.